Anna Marie from ERA King Real Estate in Birmingham, Alabama. Let's talk about earnest money and the release of earnest money. I've done a video before talking about what earnest money is and who Earnest is and what it goes towards and everything. Well, we've had a couple of situations where unfortunately the deal did not make it to the closing table, and you know it's frustrating for everybody, and nobody is as frustrated, and emotions are running very high for both the buyer and the seller who are ready to make this transition and move into this next chapter of their lives. And with earnest money, if you remember from my previous post, it sits in a non-interest bearing escrow account that's usually held by the listing company unless it's mutually agreed to with buyers and sellers to sit somewhere else. Well, in the event that a deal does not make it to closing, the listing company, so in our case ERA King Real Estate, cannot just release that money. Both buyer and seller have to mutually agree as to not only the ending of the purchase agreement, but they also have to mutually agree as to who is going to receive those funds. Now, sometimes it's very cut and dry as to where the funds should go. If you can't negotiate repairs, or if early on in the deal, the appraisal doesn't come in, or the loan falls through, or whatever. But if buyer and seller do not agree, then that earnest money is just going to sit in our account until the court or a judge, asks us to do something with it. ERA King doesn't get to keep this money. It is not something that we can use for anything. It doesn't collect interest. It just sits there. Our escrow account's got funds sitting in there since 1992 that buyer and seller could not agree from where a deal was done back then. And so it's just sitting there. I can't make the decision as to who it's going to be dispersed to. The agent can't say, the agents can't get together and say, hey, we agree it should go to X. That can't happen. Like I said, the only people that can release that earnest money is the buyer and seller have to agree as to who is going to get it, and or a judge has to tell us, once it's interpleaded into the court system, a judge will tell us who's supposed to get that money. So if you have any questions, comments about the release of earnest money and where it should go to, you can always leave a message below or email me at anna-marie@era-king.com.